Women Development, please.
My name is Jumwe Mohammed. I'm the Director of Child Development of the Ministry. Thank you.
Let's continue with other dignitaries, please. Let's get to know you so that we can have a very fertile.
Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, ma'am, my name is Elizabeth Jeyo. I'm the National Coordinator, WSSCC.
Good morning, Honorable Minister. My name is Milen Kidane. I'm UNICEF Chief of Child Protection, representing UNICEF representative.
Thank you very much. You are all welcome. But let me invite my permanent secretary
to welcome you in a very special way. Permanent Secretary, please, ma'am.
Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, Lincoln Talent, on your behalf and the entire Federal Ministry of Women Affairs team, also the Director General, Women, National Center for Women Development, I welcome you to today's session, today's Honorable Minister's briefing on to flag off the children. Come on, Abu, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Women Affairs. Welcome us, so, Directors. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary, for this very lengthy welcome address. Your Excellency, ma'am, with us also is the Director General of the Center for Women's Development, Mrs. Mary Efere. She's just seated next to the Permanent Secretary. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without wasting much of your time, it's now my privilege and honor to invite the Honorable Minister of the Ministry to address the press on Honorable Minister, ma'am. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, sorry. With due respect, we give opportunity to our partners to speak. And as we have on the agenda, we have goodwill messages from by UNICEF, followed by Zeitgeist Aesthetics and WSSCC. I'm sorry, the Director of Press might have skipped that, because of timing. So please, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. So UNICEF, yes.
Good morning once again. I hope you can hear me. Very good. Honorable Minister, also ladies and gentlemen, 2020 is an unprecedented year, and it will probably continue to be so. But this is also a time when we count our blessings and we do what we can to support others. Last year, we celebrated 30 years of the Convention of the Rights of the Child. We were upbeat and looking forward to this year and everything that it would bring for us. Unfortunately, globally, this has not been the case. While we appreciate the public health focus and nature of this crisis, and that we all, as we are doing today, practicing physical distancing, wearing a mask, and making sure that we do not spread this infection to others, while at the same time protecting ourselves, I think we need to also remember the most vulnerable amongst us. This is the most critical time for us to invest in further and deeper than ever before on children. Whether they are the most vulnerable children or just children, things have changed completely for these children. And it is our job, and I'm very proud to stand beside you in the ministry, Honorable Minister, to support you in ensuring that we continue to provide critical, vital services, social services for children. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to ensure that we are protecting our children from violence, from harmful practices. We need to provide appropriate services. We need to make sure children have access to education, any kind of learning. We need to make sure they have access to health care, nutrition, water and sanitation, social protection. There is a reason why every year we celebrate this day. It is to remind all that we need to take care of our children. We also have unprecedented opportunities to look at the situation of our Majuri children and see what kind of support that we can provide those children as they're being moved from one state to another. Make sure that we are providing as promptly as possible family reunification, as well as any other alternative measures that we can provide, also for those children who are deprived of their liberty, including those who may be in other institutional homes and care. The road is long. It is unknown. It is daunting. But all the more reason for us to persevere and make sure that we are reaching every single child, even at this very difficult time for all of us. On that note, I wish to thank you for inviting me to this, and I look forward to supporting this ministry as much as I can with you.
Water.
Yes.
Okay. Honorable Minister, all protocols duly observed. I bring you warm greetings from WSSCC. And on behalf of WSSCC Council, I wish to express our profound gratitude to be invited to give a goodwill message on the occasion of the press briefing marking the celebration of Children's Day and also the Menstrual Hygiene Day, which is going to be celebrated just the day after the Children's Day. I want to believe that we all are aware of the interrelatedness of these events in the advancement of the gay child, as education is considered as the most important means of empowerment of women and gays around the world. In this regard, WSSCC is poised to eliminate sociocultural and natural processes, such as menstruation, that act as barriers hindering women and girls to fulfill their potentials in education. The theme of the year, Children's Day, promoting girl child education for sustainable development, and World Menstrual Health Day, Hygiene Day. It's time for action. With the sub-teen periods don't stop for pandemics, all highlight the need to continue tackling period poverty during COVID-19 pandemic, as women and girls find it difficult to access menstrual products during lockdowns, which intensifies experiences of stigma around periods. During pandemics, children, particularly girls, are among the most vulnerable criteria taken by my colleague from UNICEF. This includes several factors ranging from sociocultural norms to limited access to health care and education. For us at the USSCC, through the country engagement plan, they are calling on all the stakeholders to ensure that wash facilities in schools and public spaces are made easier for women and girls to manage their menstrual periods and create awareness in removing stigma around menstruation. This will immediately mean we've had contacts earlier with the ministry, and we've received the support of the ministry in enabling us to pass on the message around breaking the silence on menstrual hygiene. And I want to, on behalf of the USCCC, reiterate that we are going to continue to partner with you to ensure that women and girls access food facilities and the issues around stigmatization and the silence on menstrual hygiene is broken. I call on all of us to ensure that we work together to support girls and children to ensure they are well educated. I believe together we can make all girls and educated. We can make all girls educated about menstruation. Together we can ensure all women and girls have access to hygiene products. Long live the Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. Long live the Ministry of Women Affairs. I thank you all for your attention. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, you will have noticed that I wasn't really composed at the start of this program. The reason was simply because the flagship of Nigerian journalism wasn't here, the NTA. But I'm happy to inform you now, Ma, that the NTA is here with us live. So I'm now composed, I'm ready to work. Ma, may I now invite the Honorable Minister
To now address members of the press. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, the Finance Secretary, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, National Center for Women Development, and Mr. Mary Perez, Director of the Ministry of Affairs. And all other partners, development partners and civil society organizations here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, is this about? The National Coordinator, Water Supply, Sanitation and Collaborative Council, that's WSSCC. You are all welcome to today's press conference in commemoration of 2020 Children's Day. It is sad that for the first time the world over, this year we are celebrating the Children's Day under this situation. It's a day that children around the world look forward to express their feelings and to celebrate childhood. Unfortunately, it's on a sad note that the world is held up by the coronavirus COVID-19. However, in whatever situation we find ourselves, we must do our best to give the child its rightful place. I'm therefore delighted to address members of the press and other stakeholders at this event to flag off activities to mark the 2020 National Children's Day celebration, which is celebrated worldwide on the 27th of May, and the World Menstrual Day, which is also celebrated on the 28th of May. The theme of this year's Children's Day is promoting the girl-child education for sustainable development. The theme is expected to intensify sensitization and awareness creation for increased enrollment, retention, and completion rate of girls in schools at all levels, as well as enhancing their skills for better development. For the second event, the main theme for this year's celebration of the World Menstrual Day 2020 is Time for Action, while the sub-themes are Period Don't Stop for Pandemics, Neither Will We, and it is happening period. These events are closely related when juxtaposed with the themes, and this is critical given the current global situation. The International Children's Day originated in 1920 in Turkey and later taking center stage at the World Conference for the Well-being of Children in Geneva, Switzerland in 1925. The idea of a Universal Children's Day was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1954. The idea was to encourage all countries to institute a day, first to promote mutual exchange and understanding among children, and secondly, to initiate actions to enhance and promote the welfare of children globally. And in line with this commitment, Children's Day was first celebrated worldwide in October 1965 under the sponsorship of the International Union for Child Welfare in Geneva. In Nigeria, Children's Day is celebrated on the 27th of May and was established as a holiday in 1964. It is a public holiday for primary and secondary school children with various activities planned for them. As growing children, we will get excited and eagerly look forward to celebrating the day. Generally, all the local schools will go to their local stadium to participate in special military-like march past, with each school working hard to outshine the other in an effort to come up in the competition. The school with the best marching performance would win the honor for that year. Over the years, the event gradually took different dimensions, with some stakeholders rewarding and honoring children with leadership skills and opportunities. Media houses feature child broadcasters on air, while some state governments would allow children to occupy a symbolic position of the head of government of that state, all in the spirit of encouraging children to aspire for greater heights. Let me begin by asking us all to observe a minute silence for all those children who have lost their lives in the pandemic, those offered by the pandemic and those grieving for the loss of their loved ones. And we observe.
Time off.
For a minute silence, please.
May their souls rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
It is sad to note that the youngest child in the world that died is 2 days old. It was on news yesterday. The mother was infected with COVID-19. The mother died, and 2 days after the birth of the baby still died. So the youngest child in the world that died of COVID-19 is 2-day-old baby. May their souls and the souls of all the sexual departed rest in peace. At the beginning of this year, we declared this year as a call for action for women and children. In view of the promises the year heralded as pivotal for the accelerated realization of gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls across the country. As we celebrate the 2020 National Children's Day, we are marking the day with a twist in the midst of the coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic, which has brought about a paradigm shift in the rules of engagement, whereby the generally accepted new norm is only virtual interactions. Be that as it may be, we are resolved to continually appreciate the potentials of the Nigerian child, with special emphasis on the girl child. The 2020 theme fits with the disturbing 2019 statistics, which says that 13.5 million Nigerian children that are out of school in Nigeria. 60% of them are girls. The theme is therefore apt, as the girl child's inability to access quality education makes her vulnerable in all circumstances. And in all circumstances to the issues like gender inequality, child marriage, all forms of violence, especially at this lockdown period, where we see an increase of exploitation, trafficking, child labor, social norms, among many other negative vices. You will agree with me, statistics have shown that we have higher incidence of domestic violence because of the lockdown of COVID-19. The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in its effort to accelerate child development, has strengthened its partnership with the Federal Ministry of Education to collectively achieve this objective. You will agree with me that Nigeria in particular has been thrown into double jeopardy, as the vulnerability of the girl child seems to be impaired by the COVID-19 pandemic with the subsequent closure of schools. As we are all aware, the country is already facing the struggle of getting the girl child enrolled and retained in school. The COVID-19 pandemic has a high tendency to set us back, as the likelihood for increased dropout rates of those already enrolled. With critical attention to the foregoing, sadly, these issues will further widen the gender gap in education and lead to increase in all forms of violence, such as sexual, physical, and emotional exploitation, early and forced marriage, child trafficking, and child labor, among many others. On this note, I'm appealing to parents and guardians to ensure that all our children are returned to school to continue their education immediately school reopens, and be able to achieve development and bridge the gaps between gender equality in order to deliver on the promises set out in the SDGs, particularly Goal 4, which is to ensure inclusive and equitable education and also to promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. The Almajiri children is another category of children that are badly affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Although we have raised our voices against inhuman conditions, the Almajiri children are subjected to and have been calling on state governments to develop strategies to address the issues. Apart from the hunger and starvation the Almajiris are saddled with, the inhuman treatment of the Almajiris are saddled with, the inhuman treatment of transporting them to their states of origin in trucks meant to convey cargoes, as well as the trauma of being rejected by their own state government, is painful, shameful, and unacceptable. I am therefore appealing to my brothers and sisters, particularly the Northern Governors Forum, to bring the issues of Almajiri to a logical conclusion. After all, their human rights must be respected and they must be protected as children. As Nigeria celebrates the National Children's Day on the 27th May 2020, I wish to use this opportunity to also inform you that Nigeria will join other countries of the world to mark the 2020 World Menstrual Health and Hygiene Day on the 28th of May 2020. This speaks specifically to the girl child. Globally, more than half of the women are currently of reproductive age, and menstruation is a monthly reality. It may surprise you to know that about 1 million girls miss 2 to 3 days of school during menstruation due to poor access to water and sanitary services in schools. Nigeria is not an exception of this scenario and has thus endorsed the worldwide initiative on menstrual health and hygiene management aimed at protecting women and girls from the negative effects of poor menstrual health and hygiene management to enable them to realize the full potentials and contribute meaningfully to national development. At this juncture, I wish to inform you that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this year's celebration will be low-key. There will be a presidential address to the nation, panel discussion on the importance of the girl child education on NTA and radio, and a visual commemoration hosted by the ministry with the wife of Mr. President, Dr. Mrs. Aisha Muhammad Buhari, with school children, parents and teachers will also be carried out visually. Ladies and gentlemen, let me inform you of activities so far carried out by my Ministry for Children. Advocacy visits to the Honorable Minister of Education on the girl child education, collaboration with water, sanitation and hygiene, spearheading the institutionalization of menstrual health and hygiene management in Nigeria, with an inaugural meeting with partners held on the 27th of August 2019, 18th November 2019 respectively. Organized stakeholders meeting to tackle online child sexual exploitation was held on the 23rd October 2019. Sensitization and awareness creation program for stakeholders, NGOs, CBOs, CSOs, FBOs, and community leaders in the 6th Area Council of FCT and AUCA in Anambra State. Honorable Minister's visit to the Senate President on the issues of Child's Rights Act and other children's issues. Commissioned jingles on radio, TV, and social media on gender-based violence associated with COVID-19 lockdown by the Office of the Honorable Minister. Meeting of the Technical Working Committee on ending violence against women was held on the 13th May via Zoom. Virtual Children's Day celebration, where children compete in essay, music, short videos, and drama based on the theme are in progress as we speak. In conclusion, I wish to express my deep appreciation to His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, for his intervention to control the spread of the COVID-19 on behalf of all Nigerian women and children, I want to thank the President most sincerely for the provision of the palliatives to families and vulnerable groups in the country. In line with the pandemic, I implore all Nigerian children to adhere to all hygiene directives, stay at home, strive to study in your own time, listen to your parents and be of good behavior, and help your parents at home. I appeal to all well-meaning Nigerians to protect the child, for the child belongs to all. Please stay safe. God bless our children, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I want to invite members of the press to ask questions for clarification. Please restrict your questions to the issue at stake, the International Children's Day celebration. Thank you. If you have a question, put on your hand, identify yourself and the medium you are representing, and then go straight to the question.
Actually in line with the situation at hand. But going beyond appealing to the Governors Forum, not the Governors Forum, what else has the ministry done to contact or monitor the welfare of these children and to make sure that through the State Ministry of Women Affairs, that the governments are sticking to the rights of these children to ensure that they are treated well and they unite with their families? Because there have been stories that just like you witnessed.
Thank you. Any other question?
World Menstrual Hygiene Day. Over the years, I've seen
Any other question, please? Honorable. Yes. Identify yourself as possible.
Okay, thank you. Mine is not a question, but it's just a comment that I also have made, but then it skips my mind. Honorable Minister, ma'am, just to let you know, we've planned a series of activities in celebrating this year's Menstrual Health and Hygiene Day, and with the department and the desks that we're working through. We sent in a request to be able to unveil the entire plan to you, and as I speak, we are waiting the formal approval. Though we had a virtual meeting and with other partners, and there are a series of activities to assist the ministry to even reach out to the children, some of them that are on lockdown, even in communities, if the social, physical distancing and the social restrictions and the protocol does not prevent us. I forgot to mention that, just so you know, Sam. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Federal Minister may now respond to the question.
Okay. Thank you very much. I would answer the first question. Since we are celebrating the World Menstrual Day, the second question, why can't we leave it till, but I can still answer it, but we will still celebrate the World Menstrual Day on the 28th. However, I'm very happy with your question, the first lady that asked the question concerning the Almajiri children. The Almajiri issue is a very disturbing issue. It's a serious national concern. And Mr. President is very worried about it. The ministry is very worried about it. And every well-meaning Nigerian should be worried about it, because these children constitute a very huge mask. And that could threaten our national security if nothing is done immediately to address the problem of the Almajiri child. I'm appealing to all well-meaning Nigerians that it's not just government. First, the appeal goes to the Northern Governors Forum to do everything they can to support these children and to contain them. I also want to appeal to all parents of these children to ensure they live up to their responsibility. You can't bring a child to the world and then abandon the child somewhere. The ministry is very concerned, and the ministry will continue to reach out as we partner with the Ministry of Education to see how all these children are fully enrolled and retained in school, particularly the girl child. We are working with the Ministry of Education. We are also reaching out to all well-meaning Nigerians to reach out and support in every way they can, for the child belongs to all. Thank you.
Thank you.
For the World Menstrual Day, the question for the world, we are celebrating it. Other partners are joining us, and we've also had WSSCA are also joining us for this celebration. We will definitely do that and give the girl child her dignity. Thank you.
Thank you. We still have another question on the International Children's Day celebration from Nan.
Good morning, Honorable Minister. My name is Justina Auta. I work with the News Agency of Nigeria. I would like to find out what the ministry is doing towards ensuring the states that are yet to implement the Child Rights Act, put it into action, in line with the cases we've had recently, like the recent one that someone was prosecuted in Bayelsa State yesterday over rape and abuse of minor. So what is the ministry doing towards ensuring that children are protected against such incidences? Thank you.
The ministry is working with all state ministries of women affairs to ensure that the right of the child is fully protected. And every state that has such issues, we expect to get prompt report and action from the State Ministry of Women Affairs. We've also reached out to the Attorney General, the police, to give us the necessary support and backing to ensure that anyone that violates this act will be duly prosecuted according to the law. I also want to use this forum to appeal to 10 other states that are yet to engage in the Child Rights Act. Some 10 states are yet to sign in. I'm appealing to these states. I'm still keeping the names of the states, but I will be forced to release it soon if nothing is done. I've been appealing to them since last year, and it is getting long overdue. I'm still appealing that these state governments should do something fast to ensure that the Child Rights Act is ratified. Thank you, and God bless.
Let's appreciate the Honorable Minister. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are gradually coming to a close of this press briefing. May I now invite the Director Child to please move a vote of thanks. Director Child.
Please, just a minute. I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate UNICEF, because UNICEF is working closely with government to ensure that these children, that's the Almajiri children, are reunited to their families. Parents of these children should please cooperate with government so that they can have their children back and reunited to the families. Thank you.
Okay. Mrs. Jummai Mohammed.
May I, on behalf of the Honorable Minister, express my profound gratitude to everybody for finding the time to attend this press briefing in spite of your other engagements. We particularly want to still thank the Honorable Minister herself for finding the time to be here with us to brief the nation on the activities lined up for the celebration of the National Children's Day coming in the midst of COVID-19. May I also thank the Permanent Secretary for being here to attend this program, as well as the Director General Women Development Center and our dependable partners, UNICEF, who, in spite of the very, very, very short notice, are still here to be part of this program. We want to appreciate you. I want to also appreciate the National Coordinator Water Supply and Sanitation Collaborative Council for being here and for collaborating with us to ensure that we succeed in our objectives. I want to also thank Zedis, who are collaborating, especially in the virtual program. The virtual program, which we have not really mentioned, is already in progress. We are going to have debates, music presentations, drama, essays, and so on, all online. And we will select the winners of the competition online. On the 27th, we will have a Zoom meeting. We have the lady where the winners will all come up. The best winner, for example, the essay will now talk. Read that essay, that best essay. Drama has chosen will be shown in a very short. If you go to the short drama, if it is music, the best music that has been chosen will also be shown, and so on. All that one. That is how we are going to do and give the overall winners their prizes. So we appreciate our partner JZ who we are collaborating with. I want to also thank members of the press. We appreciate your coming. You have been partnering with us all this while, and we are highly appreciated for your contribution towards publicizing the activities of this ministry. Women and children are the heart of the nation, and there's no society that can succeed without children and without women. So it is very important that issues of women and children are already brought to the fore. So may I express my appreciation to my colleagues who are here. That's a few of them. United we stand, divided we fall. So at least I have also appreciated to always come to our programs. Any program that is hosted by the minister, director should be here. So, and most importantly and profoundly, I want to thank God Almighty and give you all the glory for life and for living. And we have to count our blessings one by one. And we are hoping and praying that God will see us through in the celebration of the remaining activities from now till the 28th of 2020. So thank you so much, Honorable Minister, Secretary, DG, and everybody that's here. We appreciate you and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director. Thank you. With the vote of thanks, we have come to the close of this program. But before we all leave, please, I invite development partners to support the Honorable Minister to a group photograph by our poster behind the Honorable Minister. Development partners, Permanent Secretary, please, make sure we maintain the so we say